I'm Caitlin Gills, Marketing Manager for Roanoke County Public Library. Today we're at the South County Library. We're going to talk about curbside services and things that we're doing virtually at the library for our patrons. So curbside services started the week of June 22nd. You can place your holds online at rvl.info, or you can give us a call and we'll place your holds for you. Then what you'll do is you'll pull up to the library once we've called you that the holds are available, and you can pick up your materials contactless via curbside. So for curbside pickups, you can check out DVDs, video games, and movies and place them on hold like you normally would by going to rvl.info or just our website, rocolibrary.org. So our drive-thrus and book drops are currently closed, but during limited hours you can return your items or pick up your materials. We have cones set out for spots. So you pull up in one of those much like you would at the grocery store, and you give us a call and we'll get your items and run them out and put them in your trunk or your back seat. So we'll give you a call as soon as we've pulled your items and they're ready to go. Once we pull them, we put them in bags using gloves and masks, and then they're in a holding room. So you pull into your parking spot and you'll give us a call. The numbers are located on the sign. If you don't have a phone, just get out of your car and please practice social distancing and wave us down and we'll get your items for you. We have special book bins out by the library from 10 to 5 Monday through Saturday. You can bring your items back. Just visit our website, rocolibrary.org. If there is inclement weather, we may have to pull the bins inside. So we started a YouTube channel back in March, and we have about 145 videos. They encompass things from story time for children, arts and crafts, challenges for teens, how-to videos, database tutorials, and things like that. So we welcome everyone to subscribe to that channel, and then we also have amped up our presence on social media. You can follow us at RocoPubLib on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And on there you'll see daily jokes to more tutorials and how-to videos. And plus we'll keep everything updated as far as what we're doing for our services. Here at Roanoke County Public Library, we want you to know that we are here for you in this time. Please visit our website, rocolibrary.org, or give us a call. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brian Klingenpeel and I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator for Roanoke County Fire and Rescue. Fireworks cause thousands of injuries across our nation every year, and 19,000 fires are reported annually as being started by fireworks. In our local area, over the last 10 years or so, we too have seen our fair share of injuries and fires that have been started by fireworks. This year, with many large professional fireworks shows being canceled due to COVID-19, we know that many people may turn to consumer fireworks to celebrate the 4th of July holiday. So we want to give you some safety reminders about consumer fireworks and also some information about the legality of consumer fireworks here in the state of Virginia. According to state law, any fireworks that travel through the air or travel along the ground or make a loud bang sound are illegal. You cannot even possess them. This is a Class 1 misdemeanor and is punishable by up to a $2,500 fine or 1 year in jail. So everybody probably remembers from science class that water boils at 212 degrees, and all you home bakers out there know that your cake bakes at 350 degrees. But did you know that wood burns at 575 degrees and glass melts at 900 degrees? So the tip of a sparkler, which most of us consider to be very harmless, can get up to 1,200 degrees. That is more than 4 times the heat of your cake baking oven. So while we consider many of these consumer fireworks to be harmless and sparklers are legal in the state of Virginia, they're still not always safe. So we want you just to be very careful this year with your fireworks celebrations, to know what is legal and to know what is safe. In fact, with many of these large professional shows being canceled, we would like to recommend some safe alternatives for your 4th of July holiday. One of the things that you can do is you can find noisemakers at a party store, and you could use those to celebrate the 4th of July holiday. Maybe your kids would enjoy glow sticks. Glow sticks are a very safe way to celebrate the 4th of July holiday. Also, maybe you could throw a birthday party for the United States of America and bake a cake. That is a much safer way to celebrate the 4th of July. So we just want here from Roanoke County Fire and Rescue for you to have a very safe and happy 4th of July, and to remember that most fireworks in the state of Virginia are illegal, and some of them still, even if they are legal, are not very safe. If you would like more information on these tips or any others, you can find us on the web at roanokecountyva.gov/fire rescue, or you can call me at 777-8718.
I'm Scott Ramsberg with Roanoke County Parks, and I'm here at Treetop Quest here at Explore Park. And over the past few months here, we've seen a lot of folks out enjoying the course. It's a great way to get out with your family into the outdoors while social distancing and having a lot of fun doing it. We've seen 2,000 visitors here. Also at the park, we have tubing on Fridays through Mondays. Camping is available, and the Twin Creeks Brew Pub is open every Saturday and Sunday here at the park. So Explore Park is really the place to be this season. At Explore Park, we do insist you wear a mask when you're inside the visitor center. When you're out enjoying the course, you do not have to, as long as you're physically separated from other guests. Here at Treetop Quest, we have several health safety precautions that we're taking. We're booking 9 individuals every 20 minutes, so we're staggering folks throughout the day in small groups. We are cleaning the harnesses between every use with soap and water. You get a fresh, clean helmet, you get fresh, clean gloves every time you participate on the course. So it's really a great way to get out there and feel comfortable apart from other families as you're enjoying the great outdoors. Green Ridge Recreation Center is open again. We have a wellness area where the equipment is separated 10 feet apart. You don't have to wear a mask when you're exercising, but we do insist you wear a mask in common areas throughout the building. New this month, on July 18th, the indoor pool will be reopening for the first time. Now, it will not have water slides, you cannot access the hot tub or spray features, but you can access the lap lanes, the central pool area, and the zero depth entry area. And also new this season, since folks are really yearning to get into the water, we have a $5 day only pass for anyone to participate in the pool only at Green Ridge. So you can show up, doesn't matter what your residency is, $5 will get you into the indoor pool. Again, that opens on Saturday, July 18th. At Green Ridge Recreation Center, in addition to our fitness area upstairs, you can also reserve time on our basketball courts. That's by appointment now for groups of up to 6. And we have group exercise classes that have returned as well. Our schedule is building back to what it was before COVID-19. So you'll have to look online at greenridgerecreationcenter.com and see our expanding lineup of programs. You can participate whether you're a member or a daily admission customer at Green Ridge Recreation Center. Across the county at Brambleton Center, we're offering about 7 or 8 different Group X style programs like aerobics, Tai Chi, yoga, Pilates. Those are all available on weeknights and weekends at the Brambleton Center, and our lineup continues to grow. These are all socially distanced programs as much as possible in these facilities. Another fantastic amenity here at Explore Park is the Mayflower Hills Disc Golf Course. It's an 18-hole course that is actually ranked in the top 40 in the entire world. It's a beautiful course. We request a $3 donation per player to play, but here you'll find both challenging holes with 2 baskets each and family-style holes. The front 9 is very accessible for those of all ages, those trying to get into the sport of disc golf for the first time. Camping is really booming here at Explore Park this year. We have primitive opportunities from Blue Mountain Adventures that includes a campsite pad that has a picnic table and a grill that you can reserve. They also have bell tents, which are 8-foot in diameter tents that you can rent out if you don't have your own. Across the way here at the park is Don's Cabins. These are wooden structures that are handcrafted. You can spend the night in. We call them pod cabins. They're like miniature cabin-style structures with great access to a bathhouse right across the street. We also have yurts at Don's Cabins. These are about 16-foot wide circular structures that each come with bunk beds and a half bath. So you can enjoy camping in style at Don's Cabins here at Explore Park. and it's got great access to all of the amenities here, including Treetop Quest, Twin Creeks Brew Pub, and our tubing that is available Fridays through Mondays. Another 2 events to put on your calendar are Artisan Saturdays here at Explore Park, and they'll be held from 10 to 3 on Saturday, August 1st and Saturday, September 26th. And here you'll be able to shop for handmade items from merchants. They'll be outside under tents here in the plaza at Explore Park. The vendors will be masked. It will be a great way to not only shop for artisan handcrafted local merchandise, you'll also be able to see artisans demonstrating how they create their crafts right here in front of you at Explore Park. Now more than ever, it's important for folks to get outside and stay active with their families, and Roanoke County Parks offers some great ways to do that, whether that be at Explore Park, here at Treetop Quest, exercising at Green Ridge Recreation Center. Just make sure that you're having an active and healthy lifestyle, and we're here to help you do it. Find out more online at RoanokeCountyParks.com.
As of June 2020, more than 110 children were currently in foster care with Roanoke County Department of Social Services. Each child was removed due to an emergent abuse-neglect situation. For parents like Tommy and Stephanie, they were unsure if their children would ever return home, if their family would ever be reunited.
What our real problem was, I was tested positive for about any drug that you can really test for. And then they gave us, several chances to get clean. We said clean. Stephanie had Isaiah during this process of us trying to get clean. We kept failing drug screen after drug screen after drug screen, hair follicle after hair follicle. We kept failing. And finally, social services said enough was enough and decided to put our kids in foster care.
Their children were taken into the custody of the Roanoke County Department of Social Services in early 2017.
You know, I always kept telling Steph, because, you know, when we were on drugs together, Steph and I's relationship was toxic. It was very toxic. And we would argue all the time about our drug use. And, you know, some days she would get mad at me and say, you know, you keep using drugs and that's not going to help us get our kids back. And I would always sit there and say, we don't even have a house yet. So no matter how sober we get, we'll never get these kids back without a house. And so it was kind of an excuse to keep using. And the more you use to mask the pain, of course, the greater your addiction gets. So at this point, you feel like everybody's against you, that's unreasonable. You know, they don't understand what you're going through. So you start to get angry. And when you get angry and frustrated like that, you kind of give up on the system. And I think that's kind of what we did, was give up on the system. So at that point, you know, knowing that we had drug screening on, I would continue to and I had gotten so bad that we would go to visitations. Right before I walked into visitations, I would shoot up dope and then go see my kids, knowing I'm getting ready to have a drug screen, knowing I'm going to fail my drug screen. It's going to set us back some more. But at that point, when your habit is so bad, it's not like you can just stop. It's not only a mental thing, but it's, you know, you've got a mental addiction, a physical addiction. A lot of addicts don't even understand the disease. And so now you're trying to fight an addiction as well in your life, as well as trying to get your kids back, and then, you know, be a responsible parent by following all these steps. And so it's kind of discouraging at the beginning.
After researching, Tommy and Stephanie realized many families were unable to reunify because of circumstances such as substance abuse, continued neglect, etc. But after 8 months of their children being in care, the couple was still using substances and trying to cope.
You know, they did give us a huge list of things that needed to be done and said, you know, you might be able to get your kids in a year. And when you go from being with your kids every single day to someone telling you it's going to take a year to get your kids back, you just automatically feel defeated right off the bat. And, you know, everything that we did read and all the other stories we heard, you know, nobody ever got their kids back. So, you know, we both started to use pretty heavily, just trying to mask everything. And he started going to jail all the time. And I guess it took about 8 months in, you know, when the children are in foster care, for us to, like, well, at least for me, I finally realized, like, I'm tired of living this way. I'm tired of my children calling someone else mommy. I don't want to live this way forever. I don't want to die this way without my kids, you know? So the last time he had went to jail, I gave up, and I called social services and I said, I'm ready to go to rehab. I'm tired of living this way.
Stephanie would come and visit me every day in jail. Every day I was locked up, she was dedicated to coming and seeing me and visiting. And so the last time I got locked up, it was in September. It was September the 1st. It was Labor Day weekend. I think it was Labor Day weekend. And every morning my routine would be to get up at 5:15 when the guards came in there and woke everybody up for breakfast. I would jump up, and the first thing I would do is run to the visitation booth to see exactly what time my wife was going to visit me. So I jumped up, September the 1st, I ran to the visitation booth, and my wife's name wasn't on there, and I thought that was weird. So I go to bed that night, I wake up the next morning, I run straight to the visitation booth, and her name wasn't on there a second day. So I really started worrying at this point, because you know that your wife has a drug addiction. She's out there on her own, and you have no way to take care of her. You know she's probably suffering, she's probably sick, she could have gotten hurt. You have all these thoughts are running through your head, and you're helpless and you don't know. So the third day comes by, still no visitation, and I really started worrying. Well, the fourth day, my mom shows up to the jail and she tells me that my wife went to rehab, and that she was begging me to go to rehab because she wanted her family back together. And I knew then I didn't have a choice but to go to rehab. I needed rehab. If I didn't go, these inmates were going to be my new family. That was going to be my family. Living behind bars for the rest of my life was going to be my family, because I was in and out. I had a lot of time hanging over my head. And so I decided I was going to go to rehab. And the very next day, the guards come in and out of nowhere said I have a court case to go to. So I go to court, I step in front of the judge, and I said, look, Your Honor, I've decided I want to go to rehab. Please just give me this one chance to go to rehab. And I was lucky enough for her to say yes. And that was probably the best day of my life. I left straight from there. I didn't even get out of the jail. I had a police officer. I was afraid to walk out of that jail. They were going to release me for me to go to rehab on my own. But I was so scared to walk outside of that jail and fail like I had so many times before at getting sober, that there was a police officer that was walking into the jail, and I stopped him and I said, sir, is there any way you can give me a ride to Mount Regis? And that police officer looked at me and said, give me a minute. he said, I've got to get some paperwork. But he looked at me and he said, normally I can't give people rides anywhere. He said, but what kind of police officer would I be if I turned someone down that was wanting help to go to rehab? So the police officer put me in his car, he stopped at the convenience store, he got me some food, because of course I've been eating jail food for a while, so he got me some food at a convenience store, he gives it to me, and I go to rehab, and like I said, it was the best thing I'd ever done.
After completing rehab and maintaining sobriety, Stephanie and Tommy started working towards the steps Roanoke County had asked them to complete in order to provide a safer environment for their children.
Once we got clean, it was like the options began to open. We started finding people who was willing to help us find housing. We found people who were willing to help us out, once we got housing, with the deposit, with the utility bill. We started finding people who could help us out with daycare, find us jobs, and that's when you realize that these people aren't really against you. They're really there to help you. You just got to take advantage of that. And I think what made us realize that is that sobriety. Without that sobriety, you don't realize this stuff. You think everybody's against you and you're in defense mode. So we've been sober almost 3 years now.
Tommy and Stephanie continue to work hard for their children and themselves. And in early 2019, their children came home. And now Tommy and Stephanie are advocates for biological families trying to reunify.
I think that's part of being sober. You have to give back. You have to pay it forward now, because so many people have given to us and given us chances and helped us along the way, and, picked us up when we've fallen. And, it's like a prerequisite now. If you're going to be sober, you've got to pay it forward. You've got to help the ones who are not, or help the ones who are struggling. Do whatever you can. We're willing to do anything and everything to help people.
At the Roanoke County Department of Social Services, we are dedicated to helping our community. Please consider joining our team and making a difference by fostering and helping reunify families. Learn more at roanokecountyva.gov/foster. And happy National Reunification Month to Tommy and Stephanie and other local families.
So this year with the summer reading program, we decided, because of the circumstances, we decided to make a community goal of reading 3,000 books. And the community surpassed that goal by far, so we've actually upped the goal to 15,000 books. And basically, people can go on to our Beanstack app, which is rocolibrary.beanstack.org, and they can go on, they can register for the program, and you just use your smartphone to log the books. Once you complete the program, which is 3 books, then you can pick up prizes starting July 20th.
I'm involved in the adult summer reading program, and people don't always realize that we have an adult summer reading program. But you can read 3 books and log them, and you go to Beanstack, as Sarah said. We also have other activities, and you can get extra badges. So after you read your 3 books and you get your prize, do some of the activities, get other badges, and you will be entered for a drawing at the end of the summer.
I work with the teens, so we have a similar reading goal, which is 3 books, and then for our activities, we're trying to encourage teens fun stuff to do. We have a goal that's a challenge, so they can submit contest entries. We had a fort building contest we just wrapped up, and then I believe our next one is going to be CUPCAKE Wars coming up starting next week. And then when you get those badges, you get extra prize entries. Our completion prize for the 3 books is either stretchy sand or flow. And so we're doing programs during the summer like Zoom, interactive virtual programs and contests.
So we have also the 3-book limit for preschool and school age kids. We also have activity badges. We have, again, some geared towards preschool, so it's ages 0 to 5 roughly, and then K through 5 activity badges as well. And they encourage getting outside and playing. For our preschool badges, we really incorporate our early literacy skills and doing nursery rhymes and finger plays and songs to really do those or have those core early literacy skills set in, and encouraging parents to do that with their kids.
Some of them are to watch our virtual programs online and follow along with them or participate in them, because some of them are things that people can do at home and send us videos or just respond to something that we have on Facebook or Twitter. We also have some get outside, away from the screen type things, so maybe play on a board game, which is something that the whole family could do. Or if you're living alone and you're quarantined, you can always play solitaire. Also, getting out, working in your garden, taking a walk, things like that, just away from the screen. And completing your census. You can get a badge to do that.
I would like to add to that, we also have some badges where I think it's adults and teens mostly can explore our e-resources, our virtual library. They can explore our ebooks, our online databases. We have some virtual scavenger hunts that helps them become comfortable using those resources. We've done that in kids, teens has done that, so adults have done it too. So we're really trying to push some of our e-resources that people may not know we have online.
And that includes doing using Ancestry, so you could do some of your genealogy from home and get a badge for it, or learning a language with Mango Languages.
We have a pretty regular following for our Zoom Drama Club. That was a program we did here throughout the year before the closure. And so we do different activities like creating characters and developing them, and improvisation. Next week they're going to be getting script parts to memorize and kind of perform with each other virtually. We've done some escape rooms, so those have been pretty popular, and we're about to do a paint night. So that's all done virtually, but we're also encouraging activities to do outside or to get creative, because the kids have been on Zoom, they've been doing a lot of computer, so we want to make sure they can still connect, but also kind of get out and do different things. I believe a lot of teens have said they have what's called Zoom fatigue. They're looking at that, but they also need that interaction with each other that they might not be getting right now. So we have some of that. The pet fort building contest was neat to see their creativity, and a lot of teens might not think it's cool to build a blanket fort, but once they started doing it and taking pictures of their pets in it, they had a really good time. We did the 100 Layers Challenge, where you put on as many articles of clothing as possible. Our winning entry, I think, is at 91, and it took a while, and then that takes a while to clean up that amount of clothing, so it's kind of a way to take your mind off the stress of right now. That's something that's very important. These teens are kind of stressed out, and little things like this really help them focus on something else for a change.
Well, I think the community goal kind of speaks to that. We've had, I think the 3,000 goal limit, since we'd never done it before, we were trying to figure out what a realistic goal was. And so we ended up coming up with 3,000, and then I think before the end of June, it was just a few weeks, that goal had been surpassed. So then we went further, and we were like, okay, well, we got that, let's see if we can get 15,000. And so the other thing too is if the community goal is reached, then we will be doing our Friends of the Library will be doing a monetary donation to Southwest Virginia Feeding America. So there's that incentive too. We're trying to give something back to the community in this time and support some of our local services.
Not everybody is comfortable doing online, logging their stuff, or not everybody has the equipment to do it. So if you don't have a smartphone or you don't want to go on to Beanstack, there is still a paper reading log that can be printed, and you can fill that out, and we will take care of the bean stack part for them.
So if you want more information about our summer reading program, you can always call your local Roanoke County Public Library, or you can visit our library website at rocolibrary.org.